officially welcome Melissa Larocque.
Thank you so much.
I know, right? Salem Family
Like a rock.
Resources. And
Thank
she's
you.
going to do a presentation from there. So if you could please give your attention. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for your time today. I know you're busy and you have a lot going on, but I am thankful to be here. As obviously Andy's introduced me, I am the new Executive Director of Salem Family Resources, and I don't know if anyone has been familiar with us. I know a few of you are, but I definitely wanted to have the opportunity while I'm here today to share with all of you who we are, what we're doing in your communities. It's well-timed, obviously, as you just mentioned, the Pinwheels and the Child Abuse Prevention Month coming up here in April to kind of understand better what a Family Resource Center is and what we're doing and what I hope to do in the year ahead and forward. So everything in context about us is to strengthen families. So to give you a little background here, and some of you may or may not know our founder, Cindy Jury. So this was, I said, an agency that started with when the Granite United Way started Success by Six, which we'll get into, and then became Salem Family Resources. But the entire mission of what we do is to empower families for a brighter future. So we have a few different programs and services that we provide, but we recognize that a lot of families need support in a variety of ways, and children need a variety of things to help them thrive. So through our programs, we're very intentional by design to be looking at the things that we consider as protective factors. So when you start those conversations around, child abuse and neglect prevention, what does that look like? Well, protective factors is a huge component of a family resource center and strengthening families. So here's our mission statement. Obviously, you can read for yourselves, but we want to promote the education, health, and well-being of the Salem area children, particularly those families who may be lower income at risk, by addressing the whole family as a whole. And so here's Cindy. She was our founder to the organization. Started back in 1994. We were formally incorporated in 2004. So we've got now past our 20-year mark. And so for people who knew Cindy, she did work throughout the community in a variety of other places, sometimes renting some rooms through churches. And I understand from what people have shared with me, just a wonderful person, a legacy that she always wanted to have a family resource center operationally kind of her own. And so she didn't see that get to materialize before she passed, but we do officially have our own operating family resource centers. So I wanted to clear this up because some people, as I mentioned, have known us historically and have also been now confused about, well, where are we? Because we're known as, oh, you're the place, you're the Hague School, you're the Hague School. So 24 School Street is what is known as the Hague School. We have our learning cooperative on one half of that building on the left side. The other half is the Salem Preschool. And for those of you who may not have littles in either preschool setting, the difference is that the Salem Preschool are for children who are already identified for special ed services, and there's part-time, half-day programming. So those children can also go to our learning cooperative for the afternoon session if the parents would like. And otherwise, our programming runs for 2 to 5-year-olds or until kindergarten ready. So there's a slight difference there, and they don't have to be identified with any special needs. Our main space now, the Family Resource Center, is at 155 Main. So if you're familiar with Main Street, we're right across from Romano's Pizza, where the fire department is angled there. So that's where our play space and where our family support groups will be running out of. So as I mentioned, again, obviously all done by design, right? We want our space to be inviting. We want it to be safe for children. We want it to be a place that families, want to come to and enjoy in a way that developmentally meets children's needs. And those play groups are, again, at this point, actually very successful. I think some days we are at capacity on a wait list, and other days we're at like a 90% utilization. So we're starting to open up some afternoon slots just because the mornings have become quite full, which is a great problem to have. So 0 to 6 or until, a child's school age, they can come to play group. We also have a baby land. So if there are just those really little ones that aren't even up walking, we have a whole side of the building that's for them so they can be safely engaged. We also do once a month story hours. So seasonally or, with holidays or other fun things happening, those will kind of be jazzed up to the time of year. And so again, this is an opportunity families can bring their kiddos and have a fun story and again, either get a connection point or just get out of their homes, get over it to us and enjoy that. And then we're also doing open play. So in the afternoons, this is another opportunity to bring kiddos to play if they're literally just trying to get out of the house, again, not going to spend money. We want to be thoughtful that we know there's paid for places to bring kids to play, but we are a nonprofit, and so there's no charge to families to use our space and have those kids be able to enjoy that. In the Learning Cooperative, we have 3, as I said, different developmental classrooms, so it's not necessarily like age specific, it's developmental. So whether that means, around potty training needs, napping schedules, language, all those things that make up, different developmental milestones are kind of how kids will get assigned into different classrooms there. So we've got our early learners, our early learning center, kind of our mission and thoughts around that. And then we've got, for each of the groups, I said our early learners kind of by design are the first of that developmental stage. Then you have your leaping learners, so that's kind of that middle tier. Typically, again, 3 and 4. I said it's not a hard limit on either end. And then our last one is the bright learners, and so that's kind of that last developmental stage before a child is to be school aged. So each of the classrooms have a lot of different enrichment programs happening too daily. So they'll do like mindfulness yoga, sometimes they'll do art, they'll have other guest speakers come in and do activities with the kids. So there's a lot of fun things happening down there at School Street, and they follow the Salem school calendar schedules, so it's pretty much a very comparable experience for anyone who's had children or been in the school system in that regard. Our resources and referrals. So families can call us, email us, they can get in touch with us for almost anything that might be a need. We want to be really thoughtful that, I said families have hardships, they have different circumstances that may put them in touch with us, but whatever the need is that they have, we want to be able to meet that. It's 100% a part of our mission. So this is just a small little photo. We have Cindy's Pantry is what we call it. But, we have dry goods. For food, we have a lot of diapers and wipes. That's a big need for our families. We have some hygiene products. We also, by design, try to be thoughtful that families are coming to get things from our pantry, that our afternoons right now are mostly open so that they can do that discreetly without having to be seen potentially by people in play space or their peers. So you can privately set up time to come get these things if that's something that you need. We're always looking for some of this stuff to either get restocked for us. We do have Baby to Babies, which gives us a lot of diapers, and so diaper drives are a big help. Canned foods and obviously non-perishable foods can be a big help. Sometimes even just gift cards to Market Basket, those places can be a big help for us. And then at Halloween, actually last year they did a fun costume drive, so they got a bunch of donated costumes. So this year, come Halloween, families could shop for costumes for free if they don't have access to those. And we did do the toy drive last year for our families at Christmas, which we had 23 families come to us looking for ways to get toys for their children. So we will absolutely be doing that again this holiday season based on need.